What if everything humanity has ever learned is nothing more than a tiny island surrounded by an endless ocean of the unknown? We've built civilizations, walked on the moon, and looked billions of light years into space. Yet every discovery has revealed the same surprising truth. The universe doesn't become simpler. It becomes even more mysterious. That isn't science failing. It's science working exactly as it should. Every generation believes it is close to completing the picture. Then a new discovery changes everything. Yesterday's certainty quietly becomes another chapter in the history of human knowledge. The ancient Greeks placed Earth at the center of the cosmos. Newton described the universe as a perfect machine. Then Einstein transformed space and time themselves. Every revolution expanded our understanding, but also revealed an even larger frontier waiting beyond it. That raises an unsettling question. If so many obvious truths turned out to be wrong, what are we misunderstanding today? Perhaps our greatest mistake isn't what we don't know, but what we've never thought to question. To find out, we have to return to the very beginning. Most people think the Big Bang was the moment the universe was born. Physicists see it differently. The Big Bang marks the earliest point our current laws of physics can describe. But what came before it? No one knows. And that single question opens one of the deepest mysteries in modern science. One possibility is that time itself began with the Big Bang. If that's true, asking what happened before it may be like asking what's north of the North Pole. The question simply breaks down. But that leaves us with an even deeper mystery. Why does the universe exist at all? Even if we ignore the beginning, the universe remains deeply puzzling. As astronomers measured the motion of galaxies, they found something impossible. They were spinning so fast that gravity from visible matter shouldn't be enough to hold them together. Yet somehow, they remain intact. Scientists proposed an invisible substance called dark matter. We can't see it or touch it, yet its gravity appears to shape entire galaxies. In fact, everything we've ever observed, every star, every planet, every human being, represents only a tiny fraction of the cosmos. Then came an even bigger surprise. In the late 20th century, astronomers discovered that the universe isn't just expanding, it's accelerating. Something appears to be pushing galaxies apart, overcoming gravity itself. We call it dark energy. But the name is really another way of saying, we don't know. If ordinary matter makes up only about 5% of the universe, then most of reality remains hidden from view. So what if everything we see is only the surface of something far stranger? To answer that, we must examine the very laws that govern existence itself. Physicists have noticed something extraordinary. The fundamental constants of nature seem to be balanced with astonishing precision. If gravity were only slightly stronger or weaker, stars might never have formed. Without stars, there would be no planets, and no one left to ask these questions. Is that incredible balance just coincidence, or does it point to something deeper? Some scientists imagine a multiverse, where countless universes exist with different physical laws. We may simply inhabit the rare one where life happens to be possible. There's no evidence for the multiverse, at least not yet. But even the possibility forces us to rethink reality itself. And that leads to another mystery. If the universe remains so difficult to understand, have we truly understood ourselves? Inside every human brain, around 86 billion neurons exchange electrical and chemical signals every second. They allow us to learn, remember, and make decisions. But one mystery remains. how do those signals become the feeling of "I exist"? This is known as the hard problem of consciousness, one of science's greatest unsolved puzzles. We can identify brain regions for vision, language, and memory. Yet no one knows how matter becomes subjective experience. And if we don't understand our own consciousness, could we ever create one in a machine? Over the past few years, artificial intelligence has advanced faster than almost anyone expected. It can write, compose music, program software, and even help solve scientific problems. Yet the smarter it becomes, the more it forces us to confront an old question. Is intelligence the same thing as consciousness? A machine may someday outperform humans in every intellectual task while feeling absolutely nothing. Or perhaps one day it will genuinely know that it exists. The truth is, we still have no reliable way to tell the difference. If consciousness can emerge from enough complexity, an even bigger question follows. Could humanity really be the only intelligent civilization in a universe filled with hundreds of billions of galaxies? It seems statistically unlikely. This is the famous Fermi Paradox. If intelligent life is common, why haven't we found any clear evidence of it? No unmistakable signals, no visiting spacecraft, no greetings from distant stars. The more carefully we listen, the quieter the universe seems to become. Perhaps we're searching the wrong way. Or perhaps every advanced civilization has learned a lesson we haven't. This idea is known as the dark forest hypothesis, the possibility that staying silent is the safest way to survive. But if that's true, an even more unsettling question emerges. What kind of universe are we really living in? One of the boldest ideas ever proposed is the simulation hypothesis, the possibility that our universe is an incredibly advanced simulation. There is no evidence that it's true, but perhaps that's not the point. Its real value is forcing us to ask a deeper question. How do we know what reality actually is? Perhaps the limitation isn't the universe, it's us. Every living creature experiences only a tiny slice of reality. A fish cannot imagine the sky, and an ant cannot comprehend a galaxy. So why should we assume that the human brain is capable of understanding everything that exists? Science has never promised to answer every question. In fact, every discovery creates new mysteries waiting beyond it. Progress isn't measured by how many answers we collect, but by the quality of the questions we're brave enough to ask. One day, humanity may explain dark matter, understand consciousness, or discover life beyond Earth. But each answer may simply reveal an even greater mystery. And perhaps that is the true beauty of exploration. It never really ends. The universe owes us no answers, but it leaves behind enough clues to keep our curiosity alive. That curiosity carried our ancestors beyond the horizon, to the moon, and now toward the edge of the observable universe. Perhaps science's greatest achievement isn't the knowledge we've gained. It's the endless desire to keep asking. Because somewhere among the questions we haven't answered yet may lie the next revolution in human understanding.